All right. What's up, everybody? It is the Best Bot Kids Move, and today we're going to be discussing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm joined by the notorious DRE back again. This time, no debate this time. We actually going to be giving some discussions on about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and can't wait to talk about it. So, reason why I pinged you in for this, I'm just you obviously have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? You've been playing.
Correct.
And what console have you been playing Valhalla on?
PS5.
PS5. So this is all right, even more interesting because obviously I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I've been playing on the Xbox Series X, and we know that game made the news for its performance on both platforms and stuff. So I got to say to you, because I know you went through PlayStation, like I think Spider-Man and Astrobot before jumping on to the Valhalla.
Right.
When booting up Valhalla, what was like? What is your first impressions, and then your experience with it being on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, with loading and like the visuals itself and performance? What was like your initial first impressions when booting up Valhalla?
So my first impressions were hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think graphically it can look amazing at times,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's some times where it can look last gen. Textures are hit and miss. Um, so graphically, it's a looker, but in certain areas it's not a looker. The loading times is actually surprisingly pretty quick. Um, it's nothing too alarming on my end anyway. Um, and I have mixed feelings about Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Is Valhalla taking advantage of the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller at all?
Yes and no, and I'm going to put yes in air quotes
Okay.
because it didn't do them justice.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like I said this on Twitter. When you do the post radar to like highlight everything in the field in the area, that feeling should come through the controller, where it starts in the middle of the controller and then spreads out
Yeah.
the entire. Doesn't do that. That was a big missed opportunity. The adaptive triggers are pretty much non-existent, except for the big crossbows that you can use in battle. Um, Vibration is okay at best. Um, I was To put a long story short, I'm kind of disappointed in the lack of features that it's not using with
Oh,
Valhalla.
in regards to the DualSense, right?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
in the sense, yeah.
I'll say this, with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you follow me on Twitter. Everybody follow me on Twitter. I've been boasting the game, or the last couple games, for a while. Every time it's coming up, it's always runner up to my game of the year. I enjoyed Origins. I enjoyed Odyssey. This, there was anticipation for this because it's the team that did Origins did this game. Because the Odyssey team, I believe, is working on Immortals: Phoenix Rising. So this the thing is that the intrigue is the setting. It's Norse mythology. It's Vikings, and I like the cold wintry scenery. Freaking Iceland. I know they're doing. They're kind of all over the place with Norway and England and all this other stuff. My experience with the game, I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. Visually, like I said, it's Assassin's Creed. It doesn't look any better than the last two, but to me, I don't think it looks any worse. But it doesn't look any better. The thing that stuck out to me immediately, just coming directly off the last two games, is how smooth it looked. Because when you could tell, oh, this is 60. Like, oh,
Yeah.
the movements just like, oh yeah, I've never experienced Assassin's Creed like that. So that is starting to like wear to the point where, all right, this is normal. I'm used to it. I like it and whatnot. In terms of like loading's been quick. You know how when you like either die or go fast travel and they put you into like this alternate reality and you're walking through the water and stuff like that. That goes by quick. I remember playing in Odyssey and Origins. It would take like I'm literally just cycling the camera around for like a hot minute before the game loops in. This one is like, oh, okay. Like I could just leave the character standing there or I can start walking, but it gets you in fairly quick. In terms of, obviously the Xbox controller doesn't do anything special. It doesn't have like any these specific features the PS5 has, but obviously it does the bare minimum. Obviously taking advantage of the rumble when necessary and whatnot. In terms of the game overall, the game itself, I'm having I guess a good time with it. I don't know quite yet where I rank it. Mind you, neither of us have finished with the game. We're sort of just giving our in-depth impressions. I don't know where I would rank it so far, because right now I'm always hustling between fumbling whether it be Origins or Odyssey. I like them both. Odyssey just did a lot more and it kind of overgrew what it was supposed to be. In Origins, for the game it was to be the start of this new generation of Assassin's Creed, I felt like it was the perfect game, and it immediately put this franchise like in my like piqued my interest. But overall on Xbox, I'm having a good time with it, dude. Now there's also like these bugs I've seen online. Have you ran into any of these bugs?
I have, and I've posted on Twitter about the floating boat. I've had the floating boat bug where you can actually get in the boat and actually float on like in midair and start actually rowing in the boat.
Yeah.
I've had audio bugs where like the whole audio just cuts out. I've had that, but I haven't had any like weird glitches where like it's just going absolutely crazy. I haven't had those kind of bugs yet, but I've had my fair share of bugs. Nothing too crazy though.
I had two bugs. One which crashed my game. It was a fight in Asgard, where I forgot the guy's name. He's building this invisible wall shield. And
the builder.
The builder. All right, the builder. He's called the builder. His simple name. Yeah, so he's working on, and he got all these orcs coming in, and as it gets intense, the game just like froze on me, right? And it froze on me like 3 times, like every time I restarted it, until it like booted me to the dashboard. And after that, I didn't have any issues. Like it didn't require me to restart the Xbox, but I didn't know if it was an Xbox or was it Assassin's Creed, but it appeared to be Assassin's Creed because I kept trying to quick resume out of it. And I quick resumed, I think, so much that it like just forced a system like dashboard boot. And but after that, it was fine. And then the recent bug I saw wasn't recent. It's just that I forgot to talk about it. But it was when you first meet up with Soma. Somebody was, I guess, injured on the ground or something like that. And I don't know if something was broken, but I couldn't see it. I couldn't see. She seemed like in despair, and it looked like she probably relocated what was broken, but there was nobody there. It was just her. And I'm like, what? I was like, so that person must have been hurt. So I'm assuming somebody was supposed to be there, like, hurt or something like that. But I never got to see what that person looked like. So that was one of the bugs that I saw. I thought it was funny, but overall.
And one more glitch I recently had was where I went for like the yellow wealth orb thing. Yeah. And I would collect the wealth, but it wouldn't disappear on the screen. So like it would still say that I haven't collected it yet. But yeah, that's the other one that I ran into.
Gotcha. All right, in terms of now the game itself, right? So obviously these Assassin's Creed games have been getting like bloated with tons of stuff to do. It looks like they tried to address the side missions, the fluff, and all that other stuff. This time, so I'm gonna say this, like, so for example, right? The game starts off. You start off in Norway, right? How long did it take you to get out of Norway, or to get to the title screen?
About 17 hours.
Before you got to the title screen.
Because I collected all the wealth. I did all the mysteries, all the artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
I did the dice game, and then all the missions, stuff like that too. Plus, I waited there long because that music in Norway is fucking awesome.
Gotcha.
So I
Gotcha.
was
Music in Norway. Yeah.
yeah. So I was kind of listening to that as well.
Yeah, it took me. All right, I didn't stay in Norway as long as you did. Like, I did a couple things. I've done obviously done all the missions there. Found secrets. And I kind of just. It took me. You said 17 hours. It took me, I think, 5 or 6 hours before I got out of Norway and saw the title screen for the first time. And I'm like, oh well, damn. And now we're out into the world. We're into the main game. And what is, I guess, your thoughts on it? Because this game is doing something different now, right? Previous games had like sort of, it was a level system, but your armor and stuff kind of increased your level. You would get like, gold, purple, gold and purple armor with a number next to it, and that would determine the damage but also your power level and whatnot. So this time this game is working off like legit power levels where it's pretty much I guess exclusive to skill points. Sure, you're getting like armor and everything, but they're exclusively to pretty much how much damage you're given and how much damage you're potentially taking to make things simple. What is your take on pretty much the game and how it's doing that, and what do you find yourself doing? And talk about your power level and what you did to get there.
So I am power level 143, and pretty much those are, with the skill points. I'm on chapter 2 in the main story, so that should tell you how much I've done. And that's where my love-hate with this game comes at, is with the loot system. Because, okay, so like in Odyssey, there was a lot of loot, right?
Yeah.
But it was a lot of repetitive loot. And in Valhalla, there's not so much loot, so loot is more, how can I say it?
It's very sparse.
Yeah, it's sparse, but it's more yours, right?
Yeah.
So like if you get an armor set, you kind of stick with that armor set.
Yes.
And you build it up until it's max level. But that's where the game just frustrates me, because I want to do missions, I do, but because there's so little loot, I'm always going off the sidetrack to try to get this loot or the wealth or the artifact, and I can't really focus on the main story because I feel like I'm going to miss out if I don't have this cool loot that's so sparse in this game. And I think I want to say Odyssey did loot a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because you knew you were going to keep getting loot, so you could focus on the story because you knew you were going to keep getting gear, even though it could be the same gear.
Yeah.
Or
just sell it or destroy it. Yeah.
Right. But with this one, you're always going off the main story, and the main story is getting good too.
Yeah.
But it's there go that damn yellow blimp. I gotta go get it.
Yep.
I gotta go get that get the ore or whatever. So this game it like takes two steps forward, 2 steps back, and I kind of wish that they would kind of like combine the two loot systems.
Yeah.
And I do like the level system of Odyssey better than Valhalla. But they do give you plenty of skill points. Like you get skill points for fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like you could find a treasure map or whatever, and they give you XP for it. And they give it to you pretty good too.
Well, I think they have to give you all these skill points for the simple fact of how the highest power level I've seen so far was like 200 something. Like, so if you're gonna get to that number, and that's a raid like recommendation I've seen. So if you got to get up there, they have to give you that often. In terms of I do feel like it's a little bit much. I for some reason I find it harder to follow the main quest because I feel like it's not as like clear to be like, all right, let's do the main quest, let me follow the missions. I feel like it's just like, okay, I'm like right now I'm in the main game and I was like, okay, let me try. I'm trying to focus on the whatever the main story is. But yeah, I end up finding myself like I'll start a mission, right? And then I end up finding myself 2,000 meters away from my starting point as the game, as I progress after. I was like, especially after raids. After I do a raid, I'm so far going after the raid because I'm like, oh, there goes a synchronization point. Oh, there goes this. Oh, let me find that. Like, but the thing is, you say again?
Right now, the raids are the best thing.
Yeah. I like doing the. I do like doing the raids. They're obviously you need to do the raids to get your settlement up. What's your settlement rank?
I am level 4.
Level 4. All right, so I'm a level 4 in my settlement too. Because I think after we were talking, I was at level 3. I was working my way up to a level 4. I got to level 4. And yeah, that's. Did you get a girlfriend yet?
I did.
Who is it?
What's her name? The Native American chick.
Is it Petra?
Petra.
That's okay. That's what I mean. Yeah, all right, so Petra, yep. And I found myself this game also, it looks like they're going to be heavily on choices. I found myself as a Viking is weird, saving, like not just downright killing people when I have the opportunity, just let them go. There is what else did I want to talk about that kind of had me. Yeah, so the leveling, right? I prefer Odyssey's leveling system. Like pick up the piece, and I just get like the higher tier stuff, and then that's the higher my number is gonna go. Right now, I honestly haven't. I don't feel like there's an incentive, right, to get more different coats of armor or anything like that, right? I feel like, all right, I'm gonna take the armor I got. If I find something I like, I'm gonna stick with it, and then I'm gonna just max it out. That's what I've been doing. I literally used the axe until I found the sword. And now that I got the sword, I'm only using the sword.
I'm still using the axe from the beginning of the game. I'm still using it. Like, why?
Yeah, it's like, so I feel like there's some things that lost its incentive where in Odyssey, I would come across things that were obviously you find like a gold weapon and it's a higher number than what you're, so you're obviously going to switch to it. Right. It's just like, all right, damn, I'm just going to switch to it. But yeah, like, and I like the weapons. I like the axes. Sometimes, I like when I first started the game, I thought the axe was cool. But and then I probably used more weapons than you did. I used the little the freaking
the one with the chain.
Yeah, the chain like that. Because the thing is, I was doing that, and I like having a shield, but because the weapons I've used, I keep using two-handed weapons. The sword, obviously, a two-handed weapon, so I'm not using my shield. The axe I was using for a while was I just got a spear, and I don't think I'm gonna use it. Mm-hmm. So it's there's a lot going on in this game, and it can be intimidating when you consider the power levels, and then the skill tree this time around is not as, I guess, is easy to follow. As previous games, it's a lot. The skill tree you said, and you're obviously a higher power level than me. I'm a power level 92. You're a power level 140 something. So that means you've seen. I don't even know if you've seen most of it, but you've seen a bigger skill tree than I have, and I'm already intimidated by the skill tree.
Yeah, like I said, I've maxed out the bear skill tree, but then you have the raven and the wolf. I haven't even scratched the surface on those two. Yeah,
I think most of my skill points went to the Raven. The Raven is the yellow, right? Or is it? Yes. So but the thing is, I feel like, all right, I'm good, and then it opens up another section of it. Like I'm like, they did just clear from the shadow. So there's a lot going on in the game, guys. If you are, if you want a game that's just gonna like just take time and put a whole lot of hours in, Valhalla is just full of content, and it's not without stuff. So sometimes I feel like it could get boring a little bit because you'll run into these like modes where you're like just sitting there, it's like, all right, what do I do?
And do I do? Yeah, exactly.
And you find yourself getting into trouble when you end up fighting something that you're not supposed to be fighting. I fought I found a statue inside of a cave, and it
Is
had
that with the 3 slits?
yeah. And
Yeah,
I end up finding one, I guess somebody who has one of the daggers, and I was not ready to fight that chick. One
So
hit,
mhm.
and so I was like, all right, so let me stay as far away from here as possible because now that it's showing up on my map, you want to do it, but I can't because
Yes.
I don't even know what my recommendation power level has to be to even fight her.
So and you probably want to do those because those give you probably the coolest armor in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to spoil it for you, but they give you the pretty much the coolest armor in the game.
Did you do all three?
I've done one so far, and so okay, so if you kill all three of them, they give you the daggers, but they also give you pieces to the armor
Yeah.
um, that for the whole set. But I've done one so far, which was the chick with I think she had like poison,
Mm-hmm.
and she could like disappear on you, and like she could like make like a shadow clone of herself,
Yeah.
and fuck you up and shit. But yeah, I've done one so far, and I haven't found the other two yet.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a bit intriguing, a bit intimidating, but that's why I was like, I'm gonna work myself up to a certain level, level probably 100 before I'm gonna finish this recruitment, and then at level 100 I'm gonna go back to Asgard, finish Asgard, and then come back to.
Cool.
That's a cool place to be. Beautiful
It was
place.
pretty cool.
Yeah, beautiful place. I think they did a good job with that. In terms of performance and gameplay, what do you think? A lot of the complaints that Assassin's Creed get is people don't care for its combat and gameplay. So, what do you like? How have you been dealing with it?
I think the gameplay is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
The game is brutal as hell, like with the decapitation.
Yeah, the
and all.
decapitation. Yeah, head be
Finish
spinning
it.
like you're like.
So the gameplay is cool. It's 60 frames,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much a smooth 60 frames
Yeah.
at that. But I do get a lot of screen tearing,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of screen tearing. So that would probably be my one negative about performance. But it's solid. I like the gameplay. I don't like the parkour in the game.
Parkour.
It is slow. It is sluggish, and that's where they took the biggest step back. Is the parkour. Remember Unity? How they had the free flowing
Yeah.
parkour?
Yeah.
It's far away from that, and it feels even worse than Odyssey and Origins.
Do you think so?
Because yeah, I think so.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Because like I find myself getting because when they made this new transition into the Odyssey and the Origins formula, I remember Ubisoft made an emphasis on that you can climb everything, no matter if it looks like it's climbable, you can climb.
Yeah.
I find myself getting stuck on things that I think I should be able to climb,
Yeah.
but I can't for some reason.
Yeah.
So
I thought like with I feel like there's some things that I didn't know how that would translate into a Viking with the climbing, the leaping, and stuff like that because of like they typically wear heavier gear and they're heavier. They shouldn't be as fast, you know. But in terms of, I feel like I'm enjoying the combat. I guess mostly because when you're in combat, you're playing at 60 frames per second. So naturally, it's gonna feel better. It's gonna be more responsive. I because of that, I feel like I'm better at parrying and blocking in this game than any other Assassin's Creed game. When they allow you to do that. So and I like the executions and the finishes. I play the game as if I was playing like a Souls game, right? Like. I try to let them attack me. My goal is I just want to parry you and get the finisher. That's how I play the game. I know a lot of people play differently. I do that, and then I fall in love with using my arrows. I use my arrows a lot. I was in a party with somebody who said, "Man, I barely use my arrows." It's like crazy. I was like, "That's the first thing I'm maxing as my arrows." So I like getting that headshot, and then that super zoom where you could like follow the missile. Not the missile. I call it the missile. To follow the arrow. So you can like guarantee like the headshot. So right now, all my arrows are just completely on point. That and pretty much my sword. The thing I did notice about this game though, and I don't know if you noticed, but when it comes to like ranking up or like upgrading stuff, one of the last things either of us is going to be able to upgrade is our rations and our what else? Our the rations and
Quiver.
how many and quiver. You know why? There's a material that they don't make available to you no matter how much you try. I got so much like leather. I got so much of the other stuff. Fabric is non-existent, and you need that to upgrade those. Like it's
Really?
completely non-existent. Fabric, I find like maybe one or two fabric at a time. Everything else, leather, I'll get whatever I need. I can make if everything needed any material, I could upgrade everything if it had not been for fabric. Like
I know I've upgraded my quiver and rations maybe twice.
twice.
Yeah.
So, but one bar though, right? Yeah, because the key ingredient is fabric, and it's not as available as everything else. You can't buy it, you can't earn it. Hold on, this is not playing Xbox set. You can't buy it. You can't I don't know if it's only exclusive to raids.
Maybe, might be.
But
no,
yeah,
because raids settlements, I thought, right?
yeah, raids is mainly for settlements, and the thing is like raids is primarily for settlements, but I'm trying to figure out how do I get fabric because I need that because I'm like I don't want because I'm limited. What's your pretty much how many times can you re-up your health? 3, if you did it twice.
Yes, and that's where I'm at.
I'm at 3. I'm at 3 on my health, and I just need. I can't carry. I can carry a lot of arrows, but just not many, right? As I would like to. So the first thing when I'm going at these games, the first thing obviously, the type of gamer I am, I want to improve my health or how many times I can take to fill my health up, and I can't. So I'm stuck at 3. So I was like, I can't take those risks of fighting those damn. And you said you already beat one, which is crazy. Those fighting those damn sisters or any of those high rank freaking soldiers. I can't take those risks. The zealots, I can't take those same risks as anyone else because I feel like I don't have enough health. So I'm gonna go through my health and I spend my time like there's gameplay which is probably gonna be playing across the video of me fighting that wolf. I'm sitting there running around the last quarter of my health for like 2 minutes until like some mushrooms spawned in.
And then you pretty much have to kind of play it like a Souls game because you have the stamina bar.
Yeah.
And that shit depletes quickly.
Yes. Yeah, like, especially on the damn horse. Yeah.
Like, and if you notice, if you miss a swing, it's depleting.
Yeah.
Every time you miss a swing, so yeah.
Yeah, but
kind of have to. Yeah.
I mean, overall, man, like I said, it's a love-hate with the game. I'm enjoying the game. I like what the story is so far. It's the most interesting. And compared to the other ones, like now, Odyssey, I like for many different reasons. Origins, I feel like it had the best story because it was about revenge. You need to find the people that took out your family and stuff like that. So it kind of had a purpose, and you wanted to do that, especially with like your first black lead. You know what I mean? The Assassin's Creed game. So it kind of gave it was the story of how it started. So it kind of gave you that like all the motivation to do it, right? Odyssey, I felt like after it just like, all right, I'm a demigod. I mean, once you get to a certain point, like you are the head person in charge. You are the shit. You are the boss that nobody wants to fight, right? So, whereas this game, it's like, okay, now we're back to like a interesting story. Obviously, it's a little bit of revenge. It's a little bit of like overtaking and pretty much battling against your destiny. You know what I mean? Because obviously, from what we know, it's like he has a clear path, a destiny that's supposed to happen. He's supposed to go out a certain way. He has to. Without spoilers, he has to come into a counter that he doesn't want to face because of love, right? Love and blood. He does not want to face this encounter, so he's doing as what's meant for you as a player to kind of do whatever you can not to meet that destiny or that fate or to change it. So, and I feel like that's interesting. And then the path that you're taking, the people that you're meeting, what up with in this game, the dialogue, some of the characters that they introduce, I thought they did a good job. What's your take?
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by the story when I can get to it. But yeah, pretty much basically what you said. The story is intriguing, and I'm excited to see where it goes, especially with you and what's his name, Sigurd or Sigurd?
Yeah, Sigurd. Yep.
Yeah, I'm that their relationship.
Hmm.
I'm the most interested in
Yeah.
out of all the characters I've met so far.
Yeah. There is Sigurd. There's a couple things because like you get this character. What's his name? Dag, who
Yeah,
like Sigurd kind of just like, here, you got to roll with him. And he doesn't want to rock with you, right? It's like every time you have an encounter, he's sly, he's smart. I don't want to work with you. You know what I mean? You're not Sigurd. You like, you know what I mean? Just talking shit like every time.
yeah,
And I try to handle the conversation with him like as like passive. Like me, even though me personally, I would give him the business, but I was like, I just want to see if it changes his attitude. Will he eventually like Eivor, right? And I forgot to mention, ask you this, but which Eivor are you using? Are you using the male Eivor or female Eivor?
I'm using the male only because I don't like the voice acting of the
Correct. Yep.
female
Yep.
Eivor. That's the only reason. Because I did want to use the female because I used the male in Odyssey.
See, that was the mistake. You should have used
Yeah,
Cassandra and Odyssey. That game changer for me. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So that's the reason why I didn't use the female because her voice acting
Yeah.
is terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm using the male.
Yeah, so I decided that I was using the male once the trailer came out, right? The trailer, and then every image I saw or gameplay. The thing is, a lot of gameplay that was available was them using the female Eivor. It's not Cassandra. She doesn't look right. It seemed like it doesn't match, and the voice acting I'm not a fan of. So it was two strikes. Like Cassandra, the voice acting was awesome. Her character model like fit and looked the part, and it just seemed natural. It seemed like a natural fit. Whereas Eivor, you think of Viking, he looks like that. He looks like a natural fit in that time. So I was like, no, that looks like who you should be playing as. The hair, no, like my Eivor has like black hair. And I still kept the beard. I think I took a lot of tattoos off the face and whatnot, and put more body tattoos. But he looked when he's dressed in the armor, and whatnot. Even when you get on like the cloak, it looks natural. And his voice acting is phenomenal. It fits. And and I'm thinking about the scenarios that I'm going through with male Eivor, and I'm like, I can't imagine how it would be with the female. It just wouldn't fit right. So I was like, Odyssey, yes, that's Cassandra's game. Valhalla, I feel like it's male Eivor's game. I understand why they did it because they got a lot of praise for having the option for which gender you want to use. And in today's climate, you kind of have to like please both. They did it the right way, but I will always recommend anybody playing this game to play with the male Eivor. I mean, because it just fits. It seems like I don't know. It's like playing like God of War and you using the female Kratos, right? It's just slim down, light voice. It just doesn't work, right? But that's sort of my thoughts on that. But overall, like let's kind of move on to like a verdict, right? So there's hours and hours left in the game. People are looking at this game. There's some people who haven't made a decision on this game. What will your recommendation be for someone playing this game?
I say if you like Odyssey and Origins, you're gonna like Valhalla. If you didn't like Odyssey or Origins, you're not gonna like Valhalla.
That's true. I was telling people were like, "Oh, I want to get Valhalla, but I didn't like Odyssey or I didn't like Origins." I was like, "Then don't even think about getting Valhalla. It's the same, just different setting. Like, you know what I mean? There's gonna be some things that change, but if you didn't like the core bases of those games, you're not gonna like the core bases of Valhalla. I mean, right. I have a strong recommendation for it. Like I said, there's not many people are like me and you where we can buy or have access to multiple games at launch. I mean, if you're somebody and you're picking up a console, obviously if you're getting a PS5 or an Xbox Series X console, and you don't have access to many games, I feel like I could recommend Valhalla if it's an option. You know what I mean? Obviously, more so for Xbox because there's not a whole lot of first party content. So it's like get Valhalla for sure. But like because it's going to take up that time. You're gonna need that Thanksgiving break, that Christmas break to get through the game. You know what I mean? And then when you're tired of it, make sure you have like a backup game. You know what I mean? But like it's going to take up that time. Like I'm off for the remainder of the week. I don't go back to work till Monday, so that's my time really to try to see. All right, how much can I get done in this game? Really.
Like I said, that's my love hate with this game, because there is a lot of fluff that I thought they weren't going to do this go round, but they end up doing it anyway. And they said that the game was smaller.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a damn lie.
I'm like, how? Where?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that, but
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if you like Origins, if you like Odyssey, you're pretty much gonna like Valhalla. If you didn't like the two, I don't recommend it if you didn't like.
But what, as a fan or as a player, as a person that played the previous ones, where would you rank this one? Like, not to say like where is your score sitting at now?
Right now, it's sitting about an 8.
An 8?
And about an 8. If I had to rank them with this new formula regime, it would be Odyssey, Valhalla, and then Origins.
See, what is damn, dude. All right, so Origins was my game of the year in 2017. Odyssey was my game of the year in 2018. it was like, the crazy thing is Origins. Oh, my mic. I'm sorry. Origins beat Horizon Zero Dawn, right? For me, just barely.
I can see that though.
Yeah,
I can see that if that's not too far fetched for me.
Odyssey, Odyssey was just something different. Like
Odyssey's combat was phenomenal.
I think, yeah, like dude, I enjoyed like freaking, but there was things like that was about Odyssey that was like, all right, for example, Odyssey was like little to no fall damage at all. You could jump, you could jump from Mount Everest and be all right. Whereas Origins, it kept that realism. Like if you felt you couldn't do all that jumping, you know what I mean, without sustaining a fair amount of damage. I think
same with Valhalla.
And in Valhalla, dude, bro. Yo, I'm sitting here thinking, because I was so used to jumping and Odyssey, like I would jump off the peak even if there was no bush down there. I would just jump. I did that shit in Valhalla. This dude was, I was like, he looked awkward falling. Is he gonna land right? And the way I was like, oh no, he wasn't supposed to jump that. Yeah, and I did that off a synchronization point. I was like, yo, why he falling like that? Like, but Valhalla, dude, oh man, right now, I'm at.
What's your score? If you had to give it a score.
If I had to give it a score, Valhalla is at. I think right now I'm sitting at like maybe an 85. I think I'm at an 85. I don't know if that can obviously change between now and the end of the game, but right now it's where I'm at. Like I said, there's some things I love about it, and there's some things I don't like about it. The flaws is I'm not a big fan of the skill tree. I think the skill tree is just very, very overwhelming, and it's going to turn a lot of people off because it feels like a never-ending process. I am a fan of the story, and I am a fan of the setting, and it gets a lot of points for performance overall. It's the first Assassin's Creed game I played that's over 28 frames per second. So, but right now I think it's at an 8 out of 5, which will put it just short of my Gotti contender. Right now, I predicted Assassin's Creed Valhalla would probably be my Gotti, but it really all depends. Right now,
what is?
Right now it's The Last of Us Part 2, and
really?
Yeah, right now it's The Last of Us Part 2. Valhalla would be second. I like Spider-Man, obviously, but I don't know if I would count Miles Morales because I feel like it's more of the same. It's not bad. Like I gave it a 9, but I don't feel like it's a true like sequel. It's a good game, but I don't know if I would nominate.
I actually like it better than Spider-Man PS4.
I do too. I like it better than Spider-Man because I can relate more. To me, I feel like it's the same. Even though I feel like it's the same, it's better because it's It's Miles, and I feel like I like his suits better. I like his powers better, and I can relate to his origin. You know, the story, the culture around the game. It's easier. It's easy to relate to. You know,
it's what we're living in.
So it's like, okay, I can relate to Miles much more than I can relate to Peter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so that's what made it for me a better game. A better game. Like, yeah, I would play this over. So now, but we go back to the regular Peter Parker, I think, in Spider-Man 2. So we'll see how that happens. But man, it's been great. Dre, thank you for joining me for this call, for this discussion on Valhalla. I think we end up doing 40 minutes. This could have actually been a podcast, but we'll upload it. We'll have, hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay that's going back and forth here. But yeah, I mean, our thoughts on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we definitely recommend it if you've been a fan of the previous 2 games. Right now, we're sitting at between the 80 and the 85 in comparison, but mind you, we have not completed the game. Things could change by the time we finish. There's a whole lot to explore in this game, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Currently, we're enjoying it, but we have our gripes. I mean, but we also been playing the last 2 games for him with mad hours. So, thank you guys for watching, man. Dre, let them know where they can find you.
Just on Twitter, _ Notorious DRE. If you want to follow me, I ain't shit, so you can follow or not follow. I just talk about games. That's about it.
And then you can follow me, obviously, on Twitter at KidSmooth, and you can follow me here on YouTube. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later for the next video. Peace.